Today, guys, is a pretty sick day. I have purchased a brand new car. I say brand new car, it's really not brand new. I have purchased a new car and I'm here to show you and talk to you about it today and tell you as to why the heck I have just bought a Nissan Stagea. Well, there we are, friends, my Nissan Stagea. Now, this is a car that I never, as I said, really thought about that much. I've always seen them. I've seen them with certain swaps and conversions that look just awesome. I never really gave it a second thought. But clearly, now I have. I did a little bit of research on these things and I found one as soon as I was looking. It was the only one I could actually find, and so I bought it. So this is a 98 Stagea, and essentially it is an import. But like, look at the size of these back tires. They are so chunky and a little bit different from the front. This thing is so sick. I am totally in love with it. And I'll explain today in this video as to why the heck I've bought this car. Now, as you're gonna find out through today's video, this car is in need of some love. That's one of the reasons I got it for the price that I got it. And again, if you have no idea what these are, you're gonna learn about them this video. I promise you, it's a lot sicker than it looks. So as you can see, the bumper is basically coming off, and that's fine because it's going to come off. There's no point in even hiding what I'm gonna be doing to this car. You're gonna see, and I may as well tell you along the way, that this car is gonna get a whole front end conversion, okay? The whole body kit needs to go, because it is literally in the worst condition I've ever seen a body kit in. I don't quite know how this happened, but the body kit is kind of gone. On the front here, we've got quite a bit of a hit, to say the least. And as I said, the front bumper is definitely the worst of it. Other than that, like if I show you how like loose and crunchy it is. Anyway, I'm gonna get some pictures here because it's pretty sick. And then we'll go for a drive. I've got my little cameras, we can do a POV. You can experience what it's like to have a it's very much a standard, other than the filter, a Stagea in its basic form, and tell you a bit more about it. Now, it's a very rare occurrence where I can actually use my mounted mic opposed to my my clip-on mic in a car, because usually my cars are super loud, but this is so quiet. Anyway, let's try and turn around, because I say try, it will do it. I've done it once before here, but it is all-wheel drive. We've got some decent lighting now, which is good. That was my issue. I told you, it's a struggle. I don't have my ND filter because I'm an absolute moron. It feels very similar to the GTR stock, but it's very similar to a GTR. Power down. Yes! Oh, I love it. Oh, by the way, so the first time I actually drove one of these was when I bought it. But technically, as I said, it feels very similar to the GTR, except there's no power. It's got 5 gears. It is a manual version. It's all-wheel drive, which is just sick. This is the combo that I wanted. Now, there is actually an RB26 version of this, but this is the 25 version. The power's not there, but this engine, I've got a friend that had 33 GTST, and I know you can get decent amounts of power out of these. I always want a bigger vehicle, but I don't want an SUV. I've experienced an SUV. I tried a BMW X5 for a while, and I hated it. It was crap. It was just horrendous. It was too big, it was too cumbersome. SUVs don't work in the UK. You can try and force them to work, but quite frankly, they don't work. This, however, does. Of course, there's plenty of options. There's an R34 with 4 doors, but for those of you that don't know, the majority of those are automatic and rear-wheel drive, and this has more options. And so that's why I opted for this. This suits all my IKEA trips. It suits all my long journeys. If I was picking people up from the airport, just if I was going on a long trip and I wanted to take a whole bunch of stuff, ideal. Let's put the foot down. It is sick. It's a sick little car. It's not fast. Oh, this is why. This is 2 cars. This is easy 2 cars. thought it was going to be a little skinny road, but turns out not. Hello, van. Whee! See? 2 cars. Easy peasy. Now, something I'm discovering with it so far straight away is that there really isn't a huge aftermarket for these. There isn't a huge audience for this. This is the first time I've like experienced a car where I put the reg plate in and it didn't come up with the right car. Maybe I've done that once before, but then you go to the manual side to put the car in and it doesn't come up. There's just none of it. This is clearly my first proper JDM car, opposed to the Skyline, because that was JDM car. But you know what I mean. This just doesn't come up. Power down! Vacuum cleaner! Okay, one of the reasons that you don't really see people rev out old GTRs and old RB cars in general, it takes so long. It takes so long. I had my foot down for how long then? In 4th gear. I started at like 2,000 and I got to about 4,000 RPM. The gears are so long on these cars. So why in the flying hell did I buy Stagea? I wanted something that is practical, is very much like my Skyline, and just to give you an idea, I actually need to do the math, but this car is for sure, over 15 times cheaper than an actual Skyline, but I get the benefits of the Skyline that I want. I get the RB up front, not quite the same one, but it's possible to put it in there. The car costs nothing compared. It's got all-wheel drive, it's got manual, and it feels like a Skyline, but I could put stuff in the back. Do you understand how sick that is? It is so sick. I keep having to tell myself not to go into 6th gear. There are not 6 gears, okay? Get some all-wheel drive. Oh! Oh! Stagea, 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 Stagea. Sick, sick, sick. You know when you go on eBay and you search up cars, not even with wanting to buy anything, you just search. This became a car that I thought, actually, you know what, that makes so much sense that I'm gonna do it. I have a lot of cars now, here's the thing. But something that I am going to probably make a video on my 2nd channel very shortly is just me talking about how it's very easy to fall into the perception of what other people think is cool. And I've always been out of that, but I've always managed to push myself away from that. But to be honest, even people that can push themselves out of that, I think it's very easy to slide into that. I was very surprised. I had a few German cars early on because that's what people thought was cool, and I always thought, oh, well, if people think it's cool, I must think it's cool. I get in, I try it, I don't like it. Just make sure that you do your research, test things. Ultimately, it doesn't matter how fast a car is, and those people that do buy cars based on speed, then it doesn't matter to you. But for someone that actually likes cars, I highly recommend you try things out. And I knew I liked the Skyline, so of course I thought it's gonna be similar. Okay, I've driven a GTT, driven a GTR, it's gotta be somewhere in the middle. It has to. And thankfully I was right. But if I wasn't right, I probably just would have got rid of it. It was at that price point where it doesn't matter. And it was the only one I could find, so I know I could probably get someone else to buy it off me if I really didn't like it. I also have to learn the speed because it's in kilometers. I think I might need to like put a thing at the side and learn. I think 120 is 70-ish. So JDM Garage is where I purchased this car, and I would highly recommend those guys. They did an awesome job on this car. It had a wobble at the front, and so they actually worked to try and get that wobble to go. They replaced the brakes, the bushings, everything at the front before they brought it to me. So super grateful for them doing that. Doesn't it look like I'm in a Skyline? Like, unless I told you, you wouldn't think otherwise. You'd be like, oh, it's just a GTT or something. It's not, it's a bloody wagon. It is a wagon. I can have honeys in the back, groceries in the backpack, and I'll be in the front. It's beautiful. Oh, we love that sign. What does that sign mean, kids? It means put your foot down. Woo! I go absolutely. Do you know what? It makes me feel like I'm going faster because it's in euros. Oh, I like these roads because you can kind of see where you're going. You know, it's nice. Oh yes. God, that's so loud. The Stones. I know everyone's like dream is, oh, I will stop buying all these and buy the supercar. Everyone with like 1 million subscribers or 1.25 million, they were like, oh my goodness, look at my new R8, look at my new Lamborghini, look at my new BlackPanthaa be like, boss, stinky Japanese cars. Yes, I buy a lot of cars, but the difference between this one and the others is I'm not planning to try and do it all myself. This one, I'm actually, as soon as like a week or two has passed and I've enjoyed it for a bit, I'm throwing it to someone to do some work for me on it. I try to do too many things myself, and so I want to enjoy this, and then in the end product, and the in-between, I don't really care about. So I'm going to throw it to someone, and they're going to do it for me, okay? I'm going to get it done. It's going to come back and be nice. I've always wanted like an RS6 or something, but I was worried that it would just be crap. Like I drove the RS4 and it was a manual. And it's the older generation, but it was bleh. It just was not a fun car. And this is fun now as it is. It's gonna be even more fun when I get the bitch done doing that I want. Where's my tuner? Get in here. Put down, baby. Come on, vacuum cleaner. Paul Wallace be like, I bought a new Lamborghini. Cynthia Glass be like, F-Type for me for free. Adam LZ be like, Porsche number 6. Huntsman, stinky old Stagea with a broken front bumper. Yeah. I guess who forgot to film an outro? This guy. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hopefully you like my new car. If not, I don't care. It's my new car. As I said, this project's going to be a little bit different because I'm just going to kind of get it done and out of the way. Mostly, it's always going to be things I want to do, but let me know what I should do. If you have any knowledge or stages, I have a plan, but alright, be sure to smash like, subscribe if you're not seeing this video. Until next time, peace.